Well, it's been an unfortunate Florida trend in 2021. Manatees dying at an alarming rate.
And this month, the death toll hit 1,000. According to FWC, more manatees have died in 2021 than the previous 2 years combined.
While these numbers are heartbreaking, we can confirm there are ongoing efforts to help slow the trend, and we all can help get life-saving results for one of Florida's iconic animals. So joining us now to talk about this is Patrick Rose, Executive Director of SaveTheManatees.org. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
When we look at what's been happening, we really have a crisis here in terms of their food sources. And what's on the horizon, you think, that can help turn things around?
Well, I think the first thing to understand, this is completely unprecedented. We've never had a situation where manatees were starving. We've had many causes of mortality, from watercraft to cold weather and even red tide, but the algal blooms have been so severe from nutrient pollution from human waste that it's shaded out the seagrass, and we've lost thousands of acres of seagrass on the East Coast in the Indian River Lagoon. Now we know it's here. We're expecting a return of that. The Fish and Wildlife Commission, the Florida Agency, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, together with many partners in our Manatee Rescue and Rehabilitation Partnership, are coming together. And it may be for the first time we're going to actually do supplemental feeding this winter, because we're expecting many of those manatees to be very malnourished and on the verge of starvation. That decision has to be made, though, very soon, in order to do it soon enough to make the best outcome.
Did you ever think we would be at the point that we would be talking about supplemental feeding of manatees?
I really didn't, because if you go back to 2011, when the first algal bloom started on the East Coast, we had 77,000 acres of seagrass, many more times than we ever have to worry about having the manatees, be well taken care of there. But for a decade of too much nutrients coming from waste from our septic tanks leaking in, and from improperly treated sewage, and even runoff from the fertilizers, whether it's agricultural or even lawns, it's created a loss of almost 96% of the biomass of seagrass and put us in this situation again for the first time. But it's going to take a long time to recover from this.
And what does supplemental feeding look like? Would you be able to see that there on, along the intercoastal of you guys, feeding? Well, can people help? I mean, what would you like to tell people? It's
still being worked out in the logistics of it. It probably would not be widespread in a lot of areas. It'd be concentrated primarily where the manatees are going to concentrate in the winter. They're forced to stay where it's warm in the wintertime, and so that's likely where the feeding would need to take place, and we'll monitor that. It'll be done in such a way that it can't replace the entire diet that the manatees are missing, but it will give them hopefully enough to make it through the winter so we can continue to work on solving the problem, replanting, cleaning up the environment so that the vegetation can regrow on its own, but that's going to take some time.
And Patrick, we can all get involved, right, to help out?
Oh, absolutely. So with Save the Manatee Club, you can learn a lot more about it going to our website, SaveTheManatee.org. We have special write-ups and will give the details of what's going on, how they can engage with it. But first and foremost would be reporting any sick or injured manatees to the Fish and Wildlife Commission's hotline, and that's 888-404-3922. So that manatees can be rescued before they would actually die of starvation.
And earlier you mentioned some things contributing to this problem, including like leaky septic tanks and runoff. So it sounds like this is such a far-reaching problem that people need to be thinking about their everyday habits affecting the manatees. Talk about that a little bit.
In fact, this year we're not only flying extra surveys, and we're using drones to help look at body condition of manatees, and then there are going to be health assessments set up for December, but on top of that, we started throughout the summer and even years back letting people know that even the fertilizer in their backyard can make a difference. When it runs off into the waterway, it adds to that effect. So it's really important to do their part there, and also contact their local governments, the state of Florida and the Fish and Wildlife Service, to ask them to do more as well. In fact, one of the big things that we think could happen to make a difference is the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service would reinitiate consultation under the Endangered Species Act to bring higher standards for water quality, and in fact greater penalties for those who violate those standards.
And I remember I was doing kind of a story about, asking restaurants to bring in, there's the shells from whether it's their mussels or their clams or whatnot, to kind of help kind of rejuvenate the waterway. So can you kind of give us an idea of what that's all about?
Yeah, a big push to help when you're trying to increase the water quality, clean up literally what the pollution that's gone into it, clams and oysters are filter feeding organisms, and so when they feed in the environment, they actually clean up the water. So it is something good that people can do to help support that. Also, having shorelines, basically vegetated shorelines, and doing away with, if you will, or not replacing the hard bulkheads and so forth will also give a chance for the system to recover more naturally.
Well, Patrick, thank you so much for being with us to talk about this important issue. Patrick Rose, the Executive Director of SaveTheManatees.org, and hopefully we can get some better updates from you very soon.
Thank you for having me.